get going.
Okie dokie then, let's kick off and record. Welcome to Roundtable 56. This is our
Mhm.
weekly event, same time every Tuesday. We recap the previous week, our plans for the coming week, and after we've done that, we endeavour to answer any questions you may have. This whole event's going to be on YouTube shortly after for you to re-listen to or catch up if you could not attend. Links to this will be in the general and news channels for your convenience. Thank you for joining, and let's crack on because we've got lots today. Obviously, news central since Fjordur dropping. So, first of all, general chat is now being recorded. Say hi to YouTube. Get some gifts out of the way. There they go. Hi, guys. It's that time of the week again.
You like that picture of me? It's awesome.
You wish. Weekly maintenance is going to be at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, as usual. I don't think that's going to be a huge one this week.
I don't think so either. We've got just basic Windows updates, which I've already checked. There are some there. Could just be a virus definition file update, or it could be a ton of stuff. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's no updates for the server, any of the software that supports the server, or anything like that. So it should be a case of bring everything down, apply the Windows updates, and bring it all back up again.
Yep.
Which is good because we've got a busy week this week.
Fairly simple. Yes, we've got so much stuff to get done. So, first thing I wanted to discuss then, we've picked up obviously a lot of new faces since Fjordur dropped, and I would like to take this time to remind all of you that more people means you come across more people. People are running across each other's teams more. Just be respectful. Accidents can and do happen. We've had a couple of issues already. I don't believe anything was out of malice. It's just people trying to learn the ropes, learn Arc etiquette. As well, they've made Arc free to own this. Is it this week or is this for the foreseeable?
It's not a permanent thing. I think it's just to celebrate the release of Fjordur and their last major expansion. You can pick up Arc free on Steam right now. So if you want to get any of your friends into playing Arc and joining you on the cluster, point that out to them.
Yep, free is always good. So what I'm saying is be nice, educate people. If needed, do report. We moderate. We will fix problems and we'll intervene if we need to. But a lot of it's just going to be a lot of new faces. A lot of people don't realise how we do things or how you do things. So just try not to murder anybody and just educate people. The community is amazing for those new guys who are here and are listening. I think you've come to a really, really good place. But we do moderate. Nobody's going to jump down your throat if you make a mistake. It's just, things happen. A lot of new people. It's always the same. So let's do some Arc news, shall we? Obviously, the big thing this time is I'm going to stop harassing you about moving from the Fjordur mod. And welcome to Fjordur. It's finally here. I think the deployment went really well. We were prepared. It was about an hour and a half after the official drop, but it went really smoothly. The servers are running really, really well right now. Got some nice new creatures. The map looks amazing. A few things have changed though, leading to us needing to change a few things on the cluster or adapt to them. So we have a very long list of things that have happened or we've needed to react to go through right now. So obviously you can transfer to Fjordur from any map. You can't take any items or tames to Fjordur, and this is to make sure that the map has a nice sort of new feel to it. People loved this last time where we did it on Lost Island. It went down really, really well, and people said it was nice to see the boss rush and people not only helping themselves but competing and getting that first kill. So for the time being, it's going to be closed off. You can take your character in, nothing more, but you can bring anything else you wanted back to the main cluster for breeding purposes. You just can't take it back yet. And those sort of restrictions are going to be lifted. We'll start looking at those once the main boss on Alpha has gone down.
The good thing about Fjordur, well, the thing that I really like about it is it's got a very defined progression system. So you have tiers of bosses to work through, you have objectives to get to, and when you do finally take down the last boss on the hardest difficulty and we unlock everything, the people that do that will have some extreme bragging rights in some of the rewards that they get from that boss, which they will only have. And it won't be, once you've killed it, it'll just everything will be available. It's quite cool.
Yeah. So, first thing to remember then, please remember no building within medium render distance of any other bases or blocking important POIs like runestones, any sort of
Yeah.
severe resource areas like big metal areas and stuff like that. Please be respectful and don't build on those. And we should be absolutely cool. So, we've had a few changes, shall we say, to the way Fjordra's made the game work.
Yeah, I just wanted to elaborate on the runestone piece
Sure.
to begin with. The runestones, little red glowing stones that appear around the map. There's 200 of them, so 200 locations. Those are the ones we're most interested in people not blocking off because they are key to your progression. Well, not key to your progression, but key to you being able to utilize the end game item you get for killing the final boss. I don't need to say any more about that. Other changes that have come in from modded to that have kind of been different from modded to the live map. You can transport yourself across biomes, or biomes, worlds, or realms. That's it. Realms is the better word. You can do that through your radial, or you can do it through the portal room. Personally, I think it's a shame that the portal room cannot be utilized. I was really hoping to turn the portal room into kind of like a community hub or trading post, set the teleport point there for the map, have some, useful things for the community there so people could TP there and then transfer over to whichever realm they wanted. But there's two reasons that's not going to happen. One of them is we can't actually build in the portal room. Even admins can't build in there. The map's been designed in such a way that even the no build zones can't be overridden by structures that are flagged to be put anywhere. The second reason is the entrance to the portal room has not been done particularly well, so it generates a ton of lag when you transition across the threshold. Not much we can do about that. So yes, you have a very convenient system, and no, you don't need to use the port room.
Yes, Smallish. It's very, very similar to the tech cave, where you cross the entrance of the cave entrance, and you get this huge, great big like as the server catches up with loading what's inside. It's been done way better on other maps, so hopefully they'll smooth that out eventually. There's a few things that people have noticed, isn't there, as well, like little insignificant areas that look like they'd be a great base location have suddenly been flagged for being no build. I'm sure they'll catch up with that. They fixed a lot of stuff like that in Lost Island. It's a big job getting a huge push map out like that, and obviously things are going to get missed or lost in translation. So I'd split the notes up. Go on, go ahead.
I would say though, if you do spot anything that's wrong on Fjordur, there's two routes to reporting it. Nectus has got a channel on his Discord called Official Bug Reports. Also submit a bug report through the official wildcard bug report form, and that does work. We've done stuff in the past and they've reacted to it.
Yeah.
So I will just post that in the general channel. Where is the link, please? I had a link. Oh, I know where the link is. I'm being absolutely stupid. It's in the ARC support section on the Discord.
That would be an obvious place for it to be.
So if you find any bugs, please provide as much detail as possible and use the link I just posted in general. You have to be logged in to be able to submit a bug. That was about it.
So I'd split the notes up into like sort of organizational points. So as we were saying, with Fjordur came some changes we weren't expecting. So one of which was essentially an Ascension. So some stuff had to be done to deal with the Ascension. So we raised the max engram points and the player levels, right?
Yeah, so you've got an extra 10 levels to play with. Obviously, you at the high end levels, you get 30 engram points per level. Um, but I completely rescaled the engram point distribution across all 190 levels. So it works out that your max engram points now has gone from 8,271 up to 9,150. That includes the last 10 levels, but there's still a significant bump there. And then obviously the max player level is 190. The max player level is you have to do all the ascensions and you have to collect all the explorer notes to get that. I've heard a few people say explorer notes are bugged, in particular the HNLA ones on Genesis 2. Funnily enough, I have those myself, and it was completely by accident. I was wandering through the boss caves and just walking around and exploring, and I walked over them and they activated for me, and I have them. But some people report that even after listening to them, they're not unlocking. The solution I have heard for that is for people in that situation is to also get them in their single player, log back into the server, and they will then have fully unlocked in multiplayer as well. But that doesn't work just doing it in single player. You have to do it in both if you're experiencing that bug. Should be easy in single player. You just cheat yourself to the final boss on Genesis 2 and wander around and pick up the notes.
That's good to know.
If there are any other notes that are causing problems, again, official bug reports if you can't collect them, because they have to be fixed for people to even think about endgame Fjordjul. You will not be worthy if you don't have 190 levels.
We were having Thor references for the beginning of time now, aren't we?
Oh, of course. So yeah, so max level increased, engram points increased, and again, that's all part of progression.
Yep. So other things as well, Fjordjul chat color was fixed and the prefix was fixed. The background, the guys you don't see, the map name actually changed, so we ended up having to do a little bit of fixing around that.
Mm-hmm.
There were two new saddles. Yes, two new saddles. So the Andrew Sarkis saddle, why do I feel like they've named all of these dinosaurs after people? So we've got the Andrew Sarkis saddle being added. The Desmondus saddle has been added. I don't think the other one requires, because the other one is a shoulder pet, isn't it?
Yes.
The city terminal is now available on the bridge at the /TP location, so you can now TP to a terminal to get off the map.
It is a bit chilly up there, by the way, so be quick about it.
And then late this afternoon, we added back in the starter kits to Fjordjul. So if you are new and you need one, you can now claim your starter kit and should be in your stash. Also, some things to be aware of that are outstanding. We haven't yet touched the drops on Fjordjul, as many of you know, and as information for the new guys. We're a very customized server, and the drops on the other maps have been totally overhauled and tuned. So our guys are kind of waiting for us to do that, but that's a fairly big job. So give us some time. We'll get on that, obviously, right?
And on that note as well, the drops on Fjordjul, they've been designed with the map in mind. So I need to be able to see what was in the drops first, or the loot tables, before I start messing with them. So that could be a while. It depends how quickly the awesome guys over at Beacon data mine the data out of the game.
Yeah, so
They've got a lot of
see what
they've got a lot of they've got a lot of the stuff in already, but it's by no means complete yet. But I will. I did try adding fed shards to the drops, but again, for whatever reason, just doing an addition overrode the entire loot container and just gave you fed shards. So I have to redo the whole thing. So that may take a while.
Cool. What else have we got then? So, okay, and one other thing to be aware of then is drops. Just bolting onto that, as we have not messed with the drops. Anything that comes out of the drops, building materials wise and things like that, or building pieces, house pieces, will be the vanilla variants. So remember to convert them over to the S Plus versions in the S Plus. It's a converter, isn't it? S Plus converter.
Yes.
So basically, we have S Plus installed. It's far superior to the vanilla. And we generally take the S Plus stuff out just because it's pointless. You guys seeing two versions of every single thing.
The
So,
vanilla stuff out.
sorry, yes, the vanilla stuff out. So, if you do get some normal vanilla PCs that don't say S Plus in front of them, you can make the S Plus converter and convert those straight back to their S Plus variations.
Marie, one of the main reasons I'm recommending S Plus now over the vanilla stuff is because we also have functionality on the cluster that allows you to snap across mods. So
Yes.
CKF stuff snaps to S Plus stuff, and S Plus stuff snaps to CKFS stuff, and it should all work together now. So I don't think we haven't tested it with vanilla, so I don't know what the effect of that would be.
There you can. Thanks, Smallish. You can build lots of hybrid buildings now with all different mishmashes of things and make some really cool stuff. That's one of the things that really used to annoy me, that sometimes you'd put a foundation down you really like, you couldn't put the walls on it you didn't like. Now you can. So obviously, again, new dinosaurs. The new dinosaurs have been added to the store now on the main cluster for alphas, betas, and gammas. So the alphas are going to get the Desmondus, which is stealthy. It creates blood packs. This is the bat we're talking about. It has a sonar ability, much the same as the spyglass, so you can see outlines of creatures. Night vision, and crafts a really spiffy taming pot that boosts your taming effectiveness and all that sort of stuff. It makes that out of blood packs, so I've been told.
So this kind of ties in quite nicely to the proposed changes to our vote rewards.
Yes. Yep.
Ah, you may say.
Ah.
Did you get a chance to discuss the proposed changes with John and Sandy and all the other wonderful
I
people that help?
I did mention it, yes, so they are aware.
And are we all happy with that?
I didn't get any negative or any slappings of any kind, but there was a big sort of art conversation going on at the time, and we were all playing at the same time. So, but we didn't get any
Okay,
major objections.
we'll announce it then. And obviously, if things go horribly wrong, then we may have to reverse it. But we feel it is fairly well balanced. Vote rewards are going to get a massive overhaul on the next restart of all the servers. The Dino reward that you get from a vote reward is almost guaranteed. The reason for this is we have added every single dinosaur that is in the Arc shop on the main cluster to vote rewards, except for the Fjordjaw ones. And there's a 1% chance that you get a dino as part of your reward. With over 250 dinos in that list, you're almost guaranteed to get a dino with every 24 hours. You'll only get one, a maximum of one every 24 hours. And the dino will have randomized stats on it. It will also have a randomized imprint level on it. And it will have a randomized sex. So it can be any dino, any sex, any distribution of stats up to a capped level. That capped level is roughly half of what you get from a perfect tame. They will not be breedable, but also the color schemes on them will be completely random as well. So I've had some quite interesting ones out of my testing. So this gives you opportunities to get dinos you may not have normally tamed, you may not normally be able to, have access to, or whatever.
Yep.
And this is where the pots come in handy, because the pots that the Desmodus can make can, I believe, I'm not sure if this is while the dino is a baby, but they can also improve the imprint as well as the tame quality. And if the pots don't work, then you still have the opportunity to increase the imprint through the mutator. So that'll be quite an interesting thing.
More dinosaurs.
Then, yeah. And then on the other flip side of that, the world bosses. Now, as you all know, the world bosses had a dino that you would get with them. So now, when you kill a world boss, you will get a dino that is native to the map where the world boss spawned. Again, it will be entirely randomized like the vote rewards, except the level bracket will be a lot higher. So the vote rewards will take you up to kind of halfway, and the world bosses will take you up to maximum. So the rewards from world bosses will be much more varied and hopefully much more exciting. And different every time you kill one. Because unless you're going to kill 200 plus world bosses, you're probably never going to get the same thing twice.
Yeah, much more variation for those running the world bosses. Because we're aware they've been dropping the same things for a while, haven't they?
Yes, and on the topic of world bosses, the startup time for a world boss has been extended to half an hour. So you get a half-hour warning. It'll then count down and then it will spawn. The reason for this is because you now need to be present inside the arena when the boss spawns, and you need to be present inside the arena when the boss dies to get the rewards. It's called full participation flag. So nobody careering in at the last 5 seconds of the fight and just grabbing the rewards. The rewards are auto-gifted to your inventory, Giga. You will not know what they are until you crack them out. Let me have a look. I think I have a picture. Even the thing that pops up at the top of the screen won't tell you what you've just aimed. I fixed that too. So where did I put it?
That is unfortunate, Nugget, if you lag out of the arena. So while you're just looking up that picture, I'll continue the list I was going to give out.
Yeah.
So alphas on the shop on the normal cluster is the Desmondus, the Bat, the Stealth, Blood Pack, Sonar, Night Vision, Taming Pot, OP Awesomeness. That is the new Bat. The new Bat's amazing. Beta, all you guys are going to be able to claim the Andrewsarchus, which is the minigun pig. I still can't get my head around a minigun pig, but there it is.
It looks awesome, especially its drift ability.
It does look good.
You can was it Fast and Furious the pig around while firing the cannon in any direction.
It is indeed, yes, a Tokyo Drift pig.
Yeah. You can drift the pig.
It's a thing of kind of a glimpse into the future when Vin Diesel makes his way with Tokyo Drift pigs and soon to be Vin Diesel on Arc 2. It's all about the family. And finally, the Gamma guys get the Fjordhawk, and the Fjordhawk, being the shoulder pet, is a utility master and will do things like retrieving items at range for you, retrieving your death bags. It's crazy stuff.
But the most important thing I think about the Hawk is being able to fast travel with your inventory. That is going to be awesome.
Yeah, so similar to the way you would fast travel through a bed, the Fjordhawk will now allow you to do this with all your kit intact. This is actually quite cool. Yes, you can then fast travel with your inventory with a Fjordhawk.
Mm-hmm.
It is quite OP, yes. That's awesome. Now, what does this mean for everybody else? So, because we've rolled over, as we said before, everything else that was locked behind a supporter rank previously, things like the Tech Dinos and the Arc Editions Collection Dinos are now available for everybody on the main cluster. So if you haven't yet managed to get your Acro or your Dinosaurs or your Concavenator or whatever it is you need, you can now go ahead and get those for the normal cluster. And when Fjordhawk finally opens up, you can also take them over there too.
So anything you buy from the Arc shop is obviously max level, 100% tame efficiency, and it arrives in a nice little soul trap which you pop out and you get your imprint on. Sex is random, but there's not much we could do about that. So it's a very good start for a breeding program.
Yes, I was waiting for that, Bob. That's why I went quiet. Somebody was going to pick up on that. So that's our art news for this week. I think there's a lot to digest there. And obviously more coming. We've got more stuff on the horizon, more stuff to be done. Bear with
I think
us.
that is the end of the ARC news, actually.
The only other thing I've got really for ARC is with ducks.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we wiped the wild eggs to allow the new eggs to spawn correctly. And what's the deal with the change in eggs then? Explain to us.
So there was just some mechanics changes behind the nests that spawn on docks, so we just had to wipe the old ones and create new ones. But that is not the most exciting news about docks, and that's yet to come.
It is not. Do you have some exciting news for ducks that you can release for us then?
I do. I want to now that we talked about it on the previous roundtable, but the second dock server is incoming. Um, we said once we got 7 days out of the way, once we launched Fjordjaw and finished the cleanup from that, we're putting up the second dock server, clustering it into the first, and just allowing people to move between the two with no gear. So
Awesome.
that will definitely be coming. It will be on hard, and so far the center is the map of choice, unless I hear anything to the contrary. In the docs channel, that will be the map that goes up for hard mode.
Cool. And then, as usual, the Easy Dock server. Are we still asking for potential map changes on that? People's
I'm
thoughts
going
on
to
that?
leave it exactly where it is because I expect the majority of people who have played there to move over to hard, and we'll just keep the training wheels on the easy server.
Awesome. So those guys that are now new and on docks get to keep their docks, and the guys who want
Yeah.
something more have a new server coming. Excellent. All good news for ducks then as well. And then finally, we've got a little bit of Rust stuff, and we've got some 7-day stuff, which is quite extensive this week. Rust, I have got a meeting planned with Cube tomorrow. We're going to be doing a pass through to make sure everything is still working the way we intended. Obviously, we were waiting for some programming to be done, and a lot of new patch updates have come out. They've changed some of the plugins we use. Yes, there will be some 7 days news in a minute. So we're going to run through that, make sure everything is still as intended, and get the final pass done for Rust. Again, I keep saying it, we're so close now for Rust. And then it's up to you guys to get on there, play, and let people, turn it into what we've turned Ark into. Get it going. A nice community, have some fun. And then on to the mouthful this week. We've got a lot of 7-day stuff to clear up. So as discussed at last roundtable, we were condensing down our servers to help bring together. We had way too many. We had no Horde Moon servers. We had Horde Moon servers when 2 different variations, and we had a supporter server. So to help better bring together the community, which was spread over too many servers with low populations, we've halved the number of servers. This is better for everyone. It allows more players to interact and make friends, get help when they need it, and you should see much more active servers. So, you can now have a player online on a Blood Moon server and not have to deal with the Blood Moon. So, how do we do this, you ask? We've introduced something called No Blood Moon Injectors. So, if you go to your crafting inventory and you search for injector, you'll see these things. They're fairly easy to create. You make them with 1 bottle of boiled water, I believe, and 3 nitrate powder, which you can loot from pretty much any POI on the map. These things give you a 20-minute stacking buff. And the way the Blood Moon works is everybody who has a heat signature on the map, which means basically your base is alive, doing things. You've got furnaces cooking, maybe, you've got some chemistry benches going, all that good stuff. You've got campfires going, you're cooking some meat, you're making food. All this stuff attracts zombies. So when you get to a specific heat level, you get put into this group. It's an invisible group in the background, and the server says, okay, this player here has got a nice base. He's going to get hit this time. And when the blood moon comes around at 10 p.m. on the 7th day, everybody in that group gets calculated, it makes some choices, and it randomly hits a few players with a big pack of zombies and tries to dismantle all of your base. So long as you have one of these injectors and the buff running before 10 p.m., it has to be done before it makes the calculation, you will completely skip being targeted by the blood moon, and essentially those players who don't want to deal with the blood moon don't have to deal with the blood moon. Those players who want to do so will be completely fine as normal, will be able to do their blood moons. The only thing I will warn you about, if you're out and about in the middle of a blood moon and you run across somebody else's horde, or you're in the middle of some POIs and you're trying to do, I don't know, anything to do with fighting zombies in the middle of that horde night, there is a possibility they can turn on you. So if you do want to skip the horde night, take your potion before 10 o'clock, lock yourself down, and just get on with some base shenanigans until the morning, and then you're free to go back out and do whatever you need to do. I tested this on single player as well. I tested this, on the multiplayer servers with myself only on the server, just to see what would happen if I took one of these things, being the only person there. And absolutely zero happened when the blood moon came around. They just left me alone. I was free to do whatever I wanted to do. Let me know if there are any issues with that, and we'll go from there. The other thing we noticed as well, obviously we wiped the servers on Monday. 2 new maps have gone up. The vanilla servers have had a map named Tula 8K, which is indeed the namesake of our Hollow Ninja Tula. The story behind this was I was actually genning maps vanilla and couldn't find anything that I liked. So looking over, I just whacked Tula's name into the seed generator and up popped this amazing map, which we used for the event map when we last did it, and everybody said they wanted to play on this more. So the Tula 8K map is now on the vanilla 7-day servers and is quite nifty. Yes, Tula has now been immortalized and now has a map named after her. But again, would like to thank Tula and Chris for the effort and everything they put in to help us getting those servers up and running, especially Chris, who did me all of the reset regions. Thank you very much, guys. Always appreciated, as you know. So
on that, I was going to say, on the note of reset regions, we've deliberately left those off the map, haven't we?
Yes. What we used to do was post the reset regions on the online map. What we were finding, though, was because players know what we cover with those regions, basically, we don't allow players to build in the very, very big towers for obvious reasons. They're run by a lot of players to not only kill zombies, but to run missions in. If you have a base in there and somebody resets that tower with a mission, your base goes pop, so we protect you from doing that. We also have reset regions around the traders, because on Darkness Falls the traders can be destroyed and the traders can even die. So we put reset regions over that to stop them being permanently destroyed. Once a week we clean up those reset regions and those areas pop back to life as though nothing had ever happened. So should a trader die, that's what we... tell Chris that's no problem. And he should definitely be here, not sleeping on the couch. So those are the reset regions, and we remove them from the map because players basically they know what they are. So if you're looking at a blank map with a big bunch of squares on, it's fairly easy to determine, well, that's obviously a trader, and there's a cluster, so that's probably a tower. Make my way straight to that. I've got the best loot in the game. So that's why we removed the reset regions from the map, so players can't just say, right, okay, I'm going straight there, straight there, straight there. I've got all the traders, and it also allows you to pretty much easily work out where the end game POIs are for Darkness Falls, like the bunker and the labs you need to get the laser weaponry. So I think that's best all round to have players exploring and sharing notes, and generally more of a community interaction and vibe. So 2 servers done. We have the new map, 2.8K. We have the Kane large compo map 1 for Darkness Falls, so you should be seeing a lot more diversity around the city. I've been hearing that the new POIs are quite nasty. Yeah, I believe Chris is had his legs removed several times now and been chased down by hordes of zombies. So they're all cool. All maps are now refreshed. We've moved some of the mod data around because in A21, the next version of the main game, they're changing a lot of the way the file path for the system works. So mod files are in a different place. All your user data is in a different place. Thank you, Fred. So we've prepped that up for A21. So when A21 does come and knock on our door, we're prepped and ready for that. And then I think the last thing I really wanted to talk about with 7 days, we've been having some issues, especially on day one, with people not being able to get onto the servers and with the servers losing connection to both Steam and Epic Games, respectively, which has meant players are either being kicked or not be able to get on at all or getting some weird error messages. We've put some stuff in place this morning to try and alleviate that. I spent several reboots on the servers this morning, and I haven't been able to get it to do this again, so hopefully that's now fixed. But if you're having any problems, as usual, drop me some notes in the dojo 7 days, and we will sort that out and get on that right away. And I think that's all I've got for 7 days this week. So do we have any questions? I know, Fred, you've definitely got questions. What is it you want? You don't know, do you? No.
So yeah, let's get any questions in general, please, and then we'll move on to a giveaway.
Yay!
I was hoping that the giveaway would be more beneficial to some of our newer players, but hey ho, they didn't take the bait. A loss.
Fred has biscuits that'll keep him quiet for a minute. So do we have any questions? Is there any burning questions about Fjordjaw, about plans for Fjordjaw, about anything really? Because Prom,
You've already redeemed it.
You've already redeemed it, yes. It remembers your Steam ID. So there was one starter kit per start in inverted commas on the servers. And you are definitely not a newbie. For Bob, definitely coffee. 100%.
I actually forgot to mention the most important thing, actually, that we promised to do this week, and is going to be one of our major priorities. I won't commit to completing it this week, but we will try. And that is the supporter packs operating across all games.
Yes. That's obviously a big one, so we're at Wednesday already tomorrow, downtime.
Yes, I was thinking with the downtime being super short.
Maybe we can get that done.
Yeah.
Cool, I'm up for that.
That was my thoughts.
So that, for anybody who's listening, is we have supporter packs for all of the servers, and at the moment we have separate packs for separate games. So if you buy sort of a tier 1 rank for Ark, you would then need a tier rank for 7 days. The same would have been the same with Rust. But after a lot of feedback and a lot of people and a lot of discussion, when we get this done, I'll make that clear when it's done, and we will announce when you buy a supporter pack, that supporter pack will be good for every single game we host, including giving you access to some of the guest servers we plan on running. So at the moment we have a Project Zomboid server that will get you access to that, and there is obviously numerous other things that we can do. But there's lots of games people have been asking for, from Conan to Minecraft to Avoria, and there's lots and lots of things people would like to have seen. Yes, Zomboid Giga?
Yes. That was part of the reason why, as part of our anniversary event, we gave away some copies of Project Zomboid.
If you're interested in that, I'm actually up for playing some of that. That looks really fun. Super hard, super micromanagement. It's kind of the it is kind of mega micromanagement in a zombie apocalypse. The things you have to sort of take account for in that game is insane. Like, you can smash a window to get into a house, jump through the window, escape the horde coming after you, and then bleed to death on the floor from the glass you smashed from the window. Things like remembering to wear shoes around the house because you can step on the glass you didn't clear up, and then you bleed out and turn into a zombie and eat all your friends. It looks really cool.
It kind of looks like a zombie version of RimWorld, except you don't have other NPCs to control.
Yeah, it's a cool game, and
But
I think with more people, it's going to be a laugh.
yeah, so our support for supporting Wicked Ninja Games, your perks and benefits that we give you for that support will work across all of the games, not just the one you purchased it for initially. This will be retroactive. And yeah, there are private servers and all sorts of other stuff coming. Legolas, to answer your question, how do I get the rewards from the Alpha rank? It should all be automatic. As soon as you purchase your Alpha rank, your rank in Discord will automatically change. Your rank in the game will automatically change. Your decay time will automatically change. It's all done for you. Your points are automatically delivered to your bank account in Arc. We spent a significant amount of time developing our own software to do this.
Yeah, this is something we've been working on in the background for quite some time because there is literally nothing out there to automate all of this.
Not that doesn't charge you a bloody fortune.
Exactly, yes. There's pretty much one place that does this, and they kind of pitch themselves as the delivery kind of mechanism for anybody running a server to help fund and support your server. And then they take like 15% of every sale you make, and then they take a subscription on top of that. And so we felt that this is not very good for people trying. Yeah, totally. They are expensive. They know they're the only people out there that do this job, and they are raking the cash in for this. And we found this was just unacceptable. They're taking advantage of anybody who's trying to run a server, which obviously makes the games we run have a lot more places to play, and it's bad. So we've been developing our own piece of software in the background that allows you to plug it into your own website and do all this sort of stuff automatically. So you can set up supporter perks, have people buy the perks from you, and it delivers it to pretty much any dedicated server in existence, to be fair, so long as it uses the most prevalent protocols that we used to do that, like Archon, Telnet. You've probably all heard of those. They, by the way, I was just referring to as a company called Tebex. They're actually local to me, to be fair. It's a small group of lads, and they've had a really cool idea, but the way they've implemented it favors them way more than it favors people trying to get their servers off the ground. So we're dabbling in the software development game at the moment.
Back to the questions. Bordoking in general chat is asking why he can't build in that fortress in the side of the mountain. I reckon that looks. I kind of recognise that spot, but it looks a bit different from what I remember. It goes into like 3 or 4 connected caves, doesn't it?
I believe so.
The more I'm seeing this, the more I think we may have to enable cave building and then just put down some blockers in certain places.
Maybe that would be a solution.
Um,
Behind there's a cave.
Yeah, there's those 3 giant caves.
Yeah.
That are perfect for building in. They're like yeah, I think that's the problem, Prom. It's classed as a cave behind there.
Yeah.
Hang on, unless that is not on the one on Fjordur I'm thinking of, and it's the one on Valguero. Is that the Helm's Deep on Valguero? It could be Helm's Deep on Valguero above in the redwood forest.
We do actually have a Bruce Wayne on the server, Bob, so it's quite possible Batman is there, yes.
Bruce Vane, not Wayne. He was the victim of a human renaming spree.
He is Batman. Wait, he's the tax collector? Too bad, Quickie. I was first. Vatman, because he's Bruce Wayne. He's Vatman. Does all the taxes.
Anyway, any more questions?
We have a full server.
Fuck me.
We
Sorry.
do. We have 59 players.
Is it? Well,
Have we hit the cap?
no, don't be silly. Huh. Steam's not updating quick enough. Yeah, it was 42. It's ignore Steam. But that screenshot's awesome. Yeah, so the big things from this week are supporter perks, big overhaul coming, vote rewards, massive overhaul, world boss, the Dino reward from the world boss, massively overhauled, and the last and most important thing, because the community is growing so quickly, especially around Arc, and we've got so many people coming through the doors, we will be switching on synchronization of your Arc name to Discord. Free character renames in game will be available. You just have to raise a ticket and we can change your Arc name so you can have what you want on Discord. But quite frankly, we have to do this because we're just losing track of people and providing support is impossible. And players trying to find people on Discord to coordinate stuff with is impossible.
You're welcome, Legolas. It will make it a lot easier for people. And bear in mind, if we will be allowing, I think, name changes, right? So if you really, really have a really bad in-game name which reflects onto your Discord, then we will be sorting that out for you. We have the power.
Is Bordeaux King actually on in the Roundtable, or is he not?
I would check, but I'm obviously recording.
I will have a look. The Roundtable. B. No, he isn't. Can't talk to him. Oh. Yeah, we can change your name in game tab.
Basically, your name should only update though if you log into Arc, right? That's into the Calbot, yeah?
Yeah.
So you'll be safe so long as you don't log in. If you log in, then you will get your funny name on Discord linked with what it should be in the game. So you'll be good for a while then, yes.
Does mean yours is going to change, Noni?
Have you noticed I've actually changed it back?
Oh, okay.
I was apparently showing up in the in-game chat as a bunch of boxes and lines.
Yes, that will happen.
It was a bit unintelligible, and I wasn't sure how to pronounce.
So, Right, give away. Any more questions first while I prep the prep the giveaway. Let's have a look. See who's in the channel first. So, that's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. Where's the button? There we go. Boom. Little command. And let's see. Do we have new players or long-time players here? Oh, we have a kind of a mix of both. So I was thinking if it was mostly long-time players, we give away a fully customized Fjord Hawk. So people get to pick all the colors on it and get a max level neutered Fjord Hawk. But I was thinking if it was mostly new players, then we'd give away a shitload of Arcshot points.
Yeah.
So let me know your feelings in general chat. Or just give both. No, you got one or the other.
You mentioned the word shiny. I mean,
they want the hawk.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody comes in with a shiny hawk soon.
Okay, so how
rare is that?
How do you actually spell Fjord Hawk?
FJORD. FJORD. HAWK. DHAWK. One word. Fjord Hawk.
Gotcha.
Take the UR off Fjord and add Hawk.
One winner. Time. We're only going to do this for 60 seconds. So 60 seconds, one winner, Fjord Hawk. Now, what I'm proposing with this is you give me the color values you want for each region, and I will color it to your desire. I can make it male or female. Obviously, it will be neutered, and it will be a 224 100% imprint Fjord Hawk for you.
With a few rounds of the shiny gun on it, right?
No. I'm just going to use an awesome tool that we have that actually now allows us to fully customize a dino before spawning it.
I get where you're going with this. Okay.
Yeah. So we can pick sex, level, imprint, age, color, all the stats. This is a full custom dino job. You get to pick. The only thing you won't be able to do is breed it. Are you ready? It's only 60 seconds.
Let's go. So, react. Only the one reaction. Winner takes all. I'm interested now. How do we get a second reaction? Of course it was Bob.
Yeah, if you click it twice, you screw yourself because you enter and then leave. Yeah, if you click it twice, you get double luck. Lols.
So we've got 21 listening, 17 reactions.
There's 2 people missing. I'm not counting us 2.
18. 19. There we go.
There's probably be a couple of people in general looking at this going, what the fuck's this? I'm going to click it anyway. But congratulations, Smallish. Open a ticket and I will provide you with the details I need to give you your fully customized Fjord Hawk.
Sweet.
And the last thing to say before we go anywhere is nothing. I was going to ask about delivery of Zombucks. but the only person that I am waiting for is Dutch Styles to confirm where he wants his Zombucks.
Have the rest gone now?
Yeah, done them all.
Excellent.
Didn't you notice that the number of open tickets at the top of our Discord had suddenly shrunk?
I was just looking at that and I didn't know whether they were just collapsed or not. I've had a long day today. I had a meeting at 2 o'clock. The person I was meeting did not show up. I got home and then they rescheduled it for 2 days' time on Thursday, and I'm just thinking, no. Cool. So we do this every week, every Tuesday, the same time. If you're new, we'd love to see you there. If you missed it or you want to listen or watch this again, I'm going to put this up on YouTube straight afterwards. It usually takes me about 30 minutes. And I will post the links and we can pass them around. Thank you for playing. Thank you for being here. We have been the Wicked Ninjas. You have all been awesome. Good night, guys.
Good night. Not good, eh?
I'm going to leave the recording going for just a few seconds just to catch the goodbye gifts because we always miss them.
Yeah, we do. Goodbye gifts, please. Bring it. Give us your best shot. Hang on. What happens if I search for... Uh,
Right, we're out. Good night, guys, and we will see you in game.